I think this is okay. Next time I'm gonna make the camera shorter. What? I'm gonna be farther up in the shot, alright? But right now, the camera's too far away. You know what? I'm gonna turn on this microphone. Hello? Hello? Okay. I'm using a microphone. I'm like a real YouTuber or something. My name is Monica. I run a channel here called Not Your Big Sister, where I'm figuring out my life. So you don't have to. You don't have to figure out my life, all right? I am the Fix My Life. No need. Speaking of Fix My Life, right now what's happening is that I'm going to put on a little makeup because my no-buy is coming to a close. That's right. That's right. For the past year, I have not purchased any makeup, any books, and a plethora of other things on my list of things not to buy. You can check out that list on I'm doing a no-buy video. I'll link it somewhere. Definitely in the description box and somewhere in this video if I'm feeling enterprising. It's been a real year of reflection. It hasn't been a year of sharing, and that's something that I really want to get better at going forward in 2020 in Zwanzig Schwanzig. So for the past year, I've been doing my no-buy, really stopped my compulsive shopping habit of like buying makeup and books and tchotchkes and scarves and accessories and whatever have you. And I've already got some foundation on, I've got a touch of brow on, I've got a beanie on, I've got some twiddles of hair on. I'm getting ready to steal your boyfriend. I'm getting ready to steal your mom's boyfriend. So February 1st will mark a year that I have not purchased any of those things that I compulsively shopped for. In my last update, I mentioned that like how scared I was to enter back into the world of not really having any barriers on how I shopped. Now I know going forward what I'm going to do, at least for the next 6 months to a year, and I'll make a separate video on that. But I don't feel as scared anymore once I sort of thought that through. So a couple things that I've noticed here, something called minutes versus seconds. That's what I'm calling it. That's my snappy game show title, minutes versus seconds. I'm going to do this feisty 60s look on my eyes. So I was at work and I was shopping. I mean, I wasn't shopping, but I was engaging in kind of shopping behaviors. Like I was looking online, I was looking at like websites I used to look at. I stumbled upon the MAC Cosmetics website. And they had this huge set of lipsticks and lip glosses. It was like $200. And you got like, I don't know, 20 lip colors or something, 25, something massive like that. And I was like, tell me more. Also, they were having a 40% off sale or something on their website, or 25% off. So it was only $150. And I was like, oh, what a steal. And they were all lipsticks that I either own right now, that I have owned in the past, or lip glosses like they had owned, like all the ones that I wore in like community college. Like it just took me down this road of like just pure nostalgia, and I was so swept up, man. I was swept up on that road, living the fantasy, because I knew I wasn't going to buy anything. I'm not buying anything this year. It felt completely like safe to just daydream. And then my mind just started to go. At the time, I didn't have $200 in my account. And so I was like, okay, even if I was shopping, I wouldn't be able to buy it anyway. But then I was like, oh, it's only $150. And then right underneath now, the websites, this is how they get you. They have this little thing called Afterpay. You can pay for things in installments. I was like, oh, if I was shopping, that's how I would get it. Like, that's what I would do, easy. All that took me less than a minute to figure out. It took me less than a minute to figure out how I would have purchased it. The thing about like shopping behaviors is I was kind of sad that I wasn't getting it. And I haven't really been like on websites like that, like looking at stuff that I could buy. I've done it a couple times when things have come up that I've really, looked at and looked at covetously. I've been in a Sephora maybe 4 times over the entire year. And this is me. I would go several times a week just to like blow off steam after work. Like Sephora was my happy hour. I would just go touch eyeshadows and just be like, oh, the sparkle. It took me seconds to work out how I would have purchased that. Again, these were all things that I had owned before that I own now. But the feeling that it gave me to see all of them together, it was like this very nostalgic feeling. Like I was sort of buying part of that feeling. This was like in, I think, mid-December, beginning of December. I was like, okay, as soon as my no-buy's over, I'm going to see if they still have this set. Maybe they'll have it on sale, because, like, who wants this set? So then I was, like, appeased. You know, I was like, okay, I can always get it after my no-buy's over. And then, you know, I was off looking at other things, other websites, doing my work. And then it took me about 15 minutes to get to the conclusion that I didn't really want it. Once my mind had a chance to relax away from that sort of feeling of nostalgia, that feeling of like, oh, I could be buying this part of my youth again or whatever, then I was like, oh, like I don't actually want this. I don't want this. So if I wasn't on a no-buy, I would have purchased it. And then realized 15 minutes later that maybe I didn't want it as bad as I thought. And I wonder how many times I've actually done that. How many times I've shopped like that and purchased something immediately, within seconds of my passion, and then realized later that I didn't want it. So that's kind of what I think I was afraid of when I will be allowing myself to purchase things again. Oh my God, this looks so bad. What am I doing? How will I know the difference basically between something that I really want versus, you know, something versus something that I'm like feeling in the moment. So I was really scared about that, and I was glad that I was able to like pinpoint like, oh, that's a thing you can watch out for. Anyway, I'm calling it minutes versus seconds. Hopefully that makes sense. It totally doesn't feel like it makes sense, and it feels like it also took me 20 minutes to explain myself. And I'm looking forward to sort of having a healthy relationship with my finances. Like, I want to be one of those hoes that looks at my bank account and gets excited. Like there's money in it to pay all those bills that come out on auto pay. Like I want to be where the people are. You know what I mean? I want to be where those people are. Okay, I feel like I'm getting rexless? Getting rexless. That was a T-Rex. Part of, I think, the fantasy behaviors in particular that I engaged in was like really feeling like my life would be better, my life would be enhanced if I purchased the things that I want, in particular with makeup and with books. But even like the other day I was on Amazon and I was getting a cable for something I needed for my camera setup, and I was like, oh, you know what else I need is a drying rack because I'm going to hand wash all my scarves. I was getting excited and I was like, ooh, I'm going to find the perfect drying rack. And I found the one I wanted and I was like, oh, it fits in the bathtub. Yes. I added something else to the cart. What was it? Oh, and some Q-tips. I need some Q-tips. But then I was like, wait a minute. With the drying rack, that's not a necessity. Like, what category does that fall under for my no-buy? So I went back to my rules in my phone. Under my no-buy is no housewares. I'm 2 weeks out from my no-buy. My no-buy isn't over. If I want to hand wash my scarves, I can either wait a couple weeks or I can just hand wash them and like drape them over things like a person without a drying rack would do. And I was like, oh, okay, I got to take it out of my cart. And so I did. Getting in the rhythm, the feel of not really having restrictions on categories for buying again. It felt very heady. Like, oh, I'm back to my life, my glamorous life. And it's like, no, I wasn't really ever like leading a glamorous life. I was just avoiding my feelings by spending beyond my means. And I do not want to return to that. I have no interest. I have spent a good, I would say, 1.5 years examining my feelings, sitting with myself, sitting with my true wants, really learning to express them. I'm still learning how to do that, and not really having the crutch of spending money on something that I think is beautiful or useful to avoid those feelings. I've been all up in my feelings. Yeah, this year's really been quite a breath of fresh air for me. I want these lashes to be spiky. So I took it out of my cart And then, you know, I noticed that sort of uptight feeling. Like when I went makeup shopping, I wanted the whole set of something. If something was sold out or missing or I didn't have enough money, I would get super irritated. Nothing would satisfy me. And I noticed myself, not strongly, not like before where it would really just like ruin my night if I wasn't able to buy everything that I wanted in a moment. But I noticed myself kind of getting a little bit like irked. Like, I can't get my drying rack. But then I thought of like washing my scarves, and I really like the detergent I have. And I'm like, oh, my whole apartment would smell like detergent. So that would be cute. You know, it wouldn't just be on this drying rack. They'd be like draped everywhere. And so it was sort of like, let me just catch myself up in the majesty of just like living my own imperfect life. And also knowing that it would be imperfect still, even if I had allowed myself to buy the drying rack. I would just have an imperfect life with a drying rack. And so I didn't purchase anything that night. I just was like, let me sleep on it. And I still haven't. I do need Q-tips, and I need this cable. I need this freaking cable. I'll probably get them this week. So anyway, I was just like, all right. Another thing that I've been doing is I've been having a ton of fun, oodles and oodles of fun, swatching and getting my hands on all my makeup. And that's really something that I think I've missed out on the past year. I didn't really get in touch with my things that I already own like I wanted to. So throughout this year, I would like to just get my hands really on things that I already own and get an inventory of all of those items. How do I want to do this? I know how I want to do this. Okay. If you watch makeup videos, I watched Jkissa's I think one of her most recent videos on how to use difficult palettes. And I just thought it was brilliant. Like, and also it just kind of got, oh no. All right. Well, we're going for it. We're going for a real twiggy look here. But yeah, her video on how to use difficult palettes really got me going. And it just got me thinking like, okay, how do I go about like using difficult items or items that are not immediately obvious to me in my makeup collection? You have a makeup palette with like 30 eyeshadows and you're like, how the hell do I use this? All right, well, we're making something happen. Dang, does she need to make a video on how to use a difficult eyeliner? Because this is not... What I wanted to say about her freaking video is that it just helped me start to see my collection of things in a different way, in a new and exciting way, and I really loved that. I'll link that video down below. The way that I looked at my makeup was completely different after that video, so I thought that was fun. This year has been a huge year for me for self-reflection and, you know, figuring out what my triggers are and things that would sort of just like lead me running to any Sephora in town that would be open at any hour. Oh God. Do you see this powder? Wow, I look so white. But yeah, just noticing my triggers, noticing how I need to take care of myself has been really important, and I think will be really important going into the new year. I mean, going into my new year, because my new year resets on February 1st. So I'm like, my no-buy started on February 1st. That is my New Year's Day. This year too, I really was like, oh, I'm going to be like Louise Poston, who is, if you haven't seen any of her videos, she is incredible. If you're thinking about going on a no-buy or spending less, this woman has done the work, not only in her own life, but in a shareable way. I'll link to her channel too. I mean, she was really my muse and like going through this whole no-buy thing. If you need someone to like hold your hand, she has an extensive, basically library of videos of like how it was for her to go through her no-buy, and it was a very, very helpful resource to me. Her videos too, for me, were inspiration not only to do a no-buy, but to like, you know, I wanted to get back in the game. I wanted to get back into YouTube. I made a smattering of videos over the years, over like the course of 5 years. I was just like, maybe I'm gonna be like Hannah 2.0 HLP. I'm gonna just post like video diaries about my no-buy experience. But it turned out to be such a private and personal journey, I guess, that it quickly became apparent that I wasn't gonna do that. But I was really mad at myself the whole year. I was really sort of comparing myself to her channel. I was like, well, I want to make YouTube videos. I really enjoy the process. I have all the stuff to do it. So why am I not sharing my experience as well? And I, came to sort of, I guess it's not that extraordinary, but I just have a fear of being seen, just in any way, like in any sort of way that I have been showing up or not in my own life, just in my everyday life. I'm working on carving out my creative path, and I haven't really showed up for that either. I'm like ready to bust out of that cocoon, man. Like, I spent all last year just like thinking and hugging myself like, and not buying things when I wanted to buy things, and like checking in with my feelings instead. And I'm like, all right, I'm good with my feelings. What did I do with my lip gloss? It's a mystery. It's a mystery. I bet it's over there. I see them and I don't want to get up, and I'll get up. Oh, shoot. Okay. I think I've used comparing myself to other people as an excuse to not move forward. And like, when you're scared of stuff, your body and mind will find all sorts of ways to be like, don't do that. I'm going to help you think of something terrible that could happen if you even tried to follow your dreams. And you're like, damn, can I just sing a song in front of people? Shit. Can I just make a YouTube video? Damn. I'm tired of being scared to the point of inaction. Like, I want to get some action. Like, I want to have fun with the things that I want to do, and I want to share them. So I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get back out there. But yeah, I don't know what I'm nervous about. I just have a weird thing about being seen and feeling seen, which is tough if you want to have any type of creative career. Like, that's tough. It's called storytelling, not story keeping. Like, storytelling, there's an audience implicit there. So like, you gotta like let it out. I look like Noel Fielding. Do you know who that is? I'm trying to get myself hyped to like let it out and be myself in a way and express myself in a way that is more in line with my creative desires. So, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Oh, and that was one of the reasons too that like clothes and shoes weren't on my no-buy, because like I never buy them. Clothes shopping to me is such a chore. I will wear holes into my clothes. I will wear holes into my shoes. There are holes in these pants that I'm wearing right now, and I wear them outside. It all ties together, this thing of like, okay, if I just wear whatever, like I don't have to, like I'm not really showing up. The day I really care about what I'm wearing or care about how I present myself or whatever is the day that I'm really going to put effort in. So it's like this, I keep finding ways to like tell myself that I don't have to put all of my effort into things that I want to do. And I'm tired of it, man. So anywho, let me put on something shiny. So that's kind of where I'm at. Gosh, I feel like this is going to be a beast to edit because I'm rambling. I'm a rambling lady. Oh, do I want to put this on? Nah, okay. Just put a touch of this on. Even though this is not really 60s. Like shimmering glowing skin was not really 60s. It was a matte time. Hopefully this made sense. It was just a check-in. Weirdly enough, I had all these points written down and I was like, this is going to be so organized, it's crazy. And it's just crazy. My no-buy is coming to a close February 1st, 2020. Going forward, I have it all set up, what I'm going to do, and I will share that with you along with other things. Anyway. Wow, that smells like a spa. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great night. And I'm going to immediately take all this makeup off. Actually, no, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the bathroom and I'm going to model for a little bit and I'm going to like give myself some face. I'm going to give myself some like, you know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you soon. Okay. Bye. Wow, wow, 60s. Oh, she's so 60s. Wow, Edie Sedgwick, is that you? Twiggy, is that you? You know, you have a makeup palette. This is pissing me off. This is peeing me out. Oh, and I just took off the end of that. Oh, I'm having a time right now. Oh, I'm having such a time. Oh no. Oh no. Did I just break my eyeliner? But yeah, I've just been having a really good time. Like, this has to stop. Right? Oh god, now I'm making it worse. Oh no. Alright, anyway. Okay. Oh, now you want to work. Now the cap comes off. What? So, like, swatching things. What do I want to say about that? I've been having a lot of fun swatching things. So, that was completely, I don't know what I was just looking at. You. Oh, oops. Whoa, hit the mic. Very brave to speak and do this at the same time. So, there we go.